Life, life, life again. Obviously, life, life, and life again. The thing that all these different things have in common is they are made of the same basic building block, or what we call cell. We're going to talk about cell, their parts, each of their parts function, and we'll have a little bit of representation. Cells, for the most part, are the smallest functioning unit in a human body. They answer why we have a structural body, or why do we absorb nutrients, or why a slice of pizza or a chocolate burger gives you energy. Cells have specific parts with their specific functions, like sending, receiving, protecting, and even making their own food. I mean, they have that, and we don't, which is nice. To show it further in details, let's get my 3D village art representing a cell, its functions, and its parts. So, here we are, introducing my representation of a cell, its parts, and each of their parts function in a form of village in Minecraft that I have personally built. I know, it's a kids game, but it's fun. You should try it. You can be my friend, our friend, and we can build stuff. Try it. As you can see, on the first glance, you can see the whole village with buildings in it, floating island, floating skull, large, wide roads, and of course, the labels above those buildings. Upon analyzing our village, you can first see the castle, where the castle controls everything inside the village, like people doing works, how things works, and obviously the general work inside a village. And you guess it, it represents a nucleus. Well, basically, nucleus controls, regulates everything inside a cell. The second thing you'll notice in our village is the building with a tower in it, or a tower with a building in it. Well, it's a post office where most of the sending and receiving messages are done, just like the Golgi apparatus where Golgi apparatus receives messages or cell materials from the ER and sends it outside the cell. In, representation. Have you ever wondered why there's a helicopter in our village? Well, that's not exactly a helicopter, but a rice mill. Well, just like ribosomes, rice mills are the reason why there's an energy, resources, or food for our village. In ribosomes, its definition is it creates protein and cell materials for the whole cell. Representation, baby. What you're seeing now is not a mansion or a manor. It is indeed a utility and inventory warehouse for the staffs and workers of the village. Well, let's face it, how will a village work without staffs and workers? Right? Where would they get power and energy from? How will it function correctly? Just like mitochondria, this utility and inventory warehouse functions as a power and energy for the whole village. And now, I introduce you to our Minecraft generator, where all natural energy or natural resources can be converted into substantial energy which can be used inside the village. Just like the chloroplast converts raw energy into a substantial energy for the whole cell. And now for the most confusing, the most magical, and the most wonderful part of this village. The floating island with a tree, and a big tree with a house in it, or basically a tree house. These two are called the Tree of Lives. They nourish, heal, and repair all the elements inside the village. Living organisms, workers, humans, inhabitants, they repair them. Just like the lysosomes, they repair cell materials inside a cell, heals them, and recycles them. And now we have the endoplasmic reticulum, or in a cellular term, the passageway or the transport system of a cell. Well, in our case, in our village, we have the pathways, These pathways all over the village serves as a road or a passageway, obviously, for the inhabitants, humans, workers, staffs of the village to move and go from different directions to another. And now we have the vacuole. Vacuole disposes all the cellular waste and the toxic waste inside a cell. That goes for a portal of doom. Well, all the sinners, the murderers, are thrown or banished away from the village using the portal of doom, considering them as wastes. And now we are finally at the village walls and the village gates. So what these two does is they protect and filter out everything that goes in and out of the village and protects inside of the village from the outside of the village, just like the cell membrane and the cell wall. And that's it for our cell's parts, each and every part's function, and of course in a form of a village in Minecraft that I have personally built. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.